Sexual and gender-based violence. What is sexual and gender-based violence? Sexual and gender-based violence. It concerns every act performed against a person's will and based on gender norms and asymmetrical power relations. SGBV constitutes an abuse of power that causes physical, sexual and psychological harm to women, men and LGBT people. SGBV is a violation of fundamental human rights that can occur in the family, in the couple, inside the community and in institution. Mostly, the perpetrators of SGBV are men, and in the majority of cases they are people close to women, to which the latter are related or from which they depend affectionately or materially. They can be partners, family members or influential people in the community, like teachers or spiritual leaders. What are the forms of SGBV? Sexual and gender-based violence is not just sexual violence. It is a broader concept which also includes rape, sexual violence, physical violence, forced marriage, denial of resources, opportunities or services, psychological, emotional abuse, sexual abuse of minors, sexual exploitation, murder of honor, female genital mutilation, sexual slavery, selective abortion. What are the risk factors for SGBV? There are some more dangerous situations. Situation of dependence, material and or emotional, forms of disability, low socio-economic status, past trauma, witnessed or suffered violence, family and social disintegration, limited knowledge of one's rights, cultural, social and religious norms and beliefs that treat differently men and women, adults and children, rich and poor. There are also risk factors for SGBV in the cycle of forced migration. During conflict, flight or travel to other countries, abuses are possible by anyone in a position of power. For example, harassment, kidnapping, assault, rape or trafficking. There are also risk factors for SGBV in the country of asylum. Sexual violence or coercion by people in a position of authority in relation to the asylum seeker are possible. For example, trafficking, forced prostitution, sexual exploitation or exploitation of minors. What happens next? Violence often remains invisible and it's not reported because the women or men who have suffered it are ashamed of what happened, preferring not to talk about it, to forget about it. But it is important to talk about the incident with specialists because the SGBV can have a serious impact on the health, physical, pains, physical ailments and sexual dysfunction, psychological, loss of self-esteem and trust in others, anxiety and depression, sleep and eating disorders, substance abuse, social withdrawal, widespread anger, fear, constant thoughts that cannot be controlled, difficulty in being with other people and aggressive attitudes, social, changes in habits and daily relationships, abandonment of the partner and a tendency to isolation that can make people more fragile. Who can contact for help?
Come ti chiami?
Aminia.
Vuoi raccontarmi la tua storia?
Sì. Allora, ho 20 anni. Provengo dalla Guinea-Bissau. La mia vita è cambiata per sempre dopo la morte dei miei genitori. Perché io che all'epoca avevo 10 anni e mio fratello 7 anni, fummo mandati a vivere a casa di uno mio zio, fratello di mio padre. Da allora ho un incubi. Ogni volta che ricordo quella notte che cambiò per sempre la mia vita, io ero già addormentata quando entrarono nella mia stanza alcune donne della mia famiglia. Subito non capii cosa stesse succedendo e all'improvviso mi portano in un'altra stanza e mi fecero sdraiare dove c'era praticamente uno lenzuolo posato a terra e una brocca per l'acqua. Lì mi tenerono con forza, molta forza. Io gridavo, mi agitavo, tentando di liberarmi, anche se fino a quel momento non avevo ancora capito del tutto che cosa mi stava accadendo e poi mi hanno strappato la veste che portavo, mi hanno divaricato le gambe e praticato le cessioni dei genitali. Mi ricordo di aver provato un dolore lancinante, il scorrere del sangue caldo tra le gambe. E non so per quanto tempo sono rimasta lì a piangere, finché finalmente mi addormentai. E dopo questa terribile esperienza pensai che non poteva succedermi niente di peggio. Invece anni dopo, quando avevo 17 anni, fui stuprata. E dopo venduta.
Ti ringrazio, mi immagino quanto dolore hai provato e quanto può essere stato difficile raccontarmelo, ma questa tua testimonianza può essere preziosa per altre donne per evitare che gli possa succedere un destino così atroce.